Today is the full moon in Aquarius, July 23rd and 24th, 2021. Unity, equality, service work, technology. Happy full moon in Aquarius. This full moon becomes exact at 10:37 p.m. New York time on Friday, July 23rd. This is the first of two consecutive Aquarius full moons that bookend the upcoming new moon in Leo. Aquarius is a fixed air sign that is associated with equality, group consciousness, technology, and the higher mind. It is represented symbolically by the water bearer, a healer that pours healing waters onto the land to reach everyone and everything. It is an optimistic sign that reminds us of our highest potential, especially in groups and as one collective human race. We are reminded that even when it seems like we are all alone, we really aren't, because we are all spiritual beings having a human experience, and we are inseparable from the collective consciousness of our human race on this planet. With the sun now in its home sign of Leo, where it joins Mars, we are seeing the Leo-Aquarius polarity play out strongly. The influences of the masculine celestial bodies of the sun and Mars traveling through the masculine fixed fire sign of Leo causes us to want to naturally step into our most charismatic, beautiful, talented selves, the best version of the ego self that we can present to the world. The opposition between the sun and moon creates the opportunity to explore the balance between self and other, as well as between self and the group. Leo the lion personifies the need of the self to express through the creation of an ego. Ego is not at its core a bad thing. Rather, it is the vehicle for which the soul gets to experience an earthly personality that opposes Aquarius, which shows us how we can experience being a part of a group and a collective. The Aquarian energy requires teamwork to really thrive. We are all individuals on individual healing journeys, but we are also one collective on a collective ascension journey. It is not possible to separate yourself from the whole. How are you contributing to the healing of the planet and the human race on a daily basis? The more you're contributing, then naturally the more whole you're going to feel, because you will be fulfilling the exact mission you came here to realize. Do you make time on a daily basis to do something nice for someone else, or to say something nice to a fellow human? Do you make it a habit to wish people around you blessings of healing or happiness? Are you a good listener? Are you willing to hear others' perspectives? Do you donate money or time to help those in need at least once in a while? Unlike Leo, where the inflated ego is celebrated, Aquarius encourages the deflation of egos so that the many can merge into the one. This is the energetic trajectory of our planet, as we are in the planetary age of Aquarius. The famous gurus of the past are fading in relevance as we see the rise of hundreds of thousands of spiritual teachers, including yours truly, each with their own niche audiences. Although each and every teacher has a different perspective, style, and personality, the core teachings should be the same: love, unity, and healing. If you feel like you have something to teach, then put yourself out there. It could be something informal that you do in social situations, or you might feel guided to start a blog or write a book. This age of information that we are in provides the opportunity for voices from around the world to be heard like never before. It feels really good to your soul when you share things that you've learned and help to guide others, no matter how small of a scale it's on. This is the essence of the Aquarian energy, a sharing of resources, information, and energy to benefit the all. The Aquarian energies are intending to really bring us into communion with our service work. Service work is a broad term that covers all the positive work you are meant to do on this planet, all the people, animals, and environments you are meant to help, and the positive legacy that you are meant to leave behind. It is your unique physical and vibratory contribution to the healing and ascension of the collective consciousness of humanity. It can be helpful to define your service work in a single sentence. For me, my service work is to assist in the freeing and ascension of humanity by working with light workers at all different levels of knowledge, skill, and awareness to help them learn occult knowledge, heal their inner wounds, create their highest destiny, and step into their service work. How would you define your service work in a single sentence? Here's some questions to get you thinking. Who or what do I feel most called to help? Example, alcoholics, the elderly, children, animals, rivers. I feel the most fulfilled when I fill in the blank here, your service work. Which skills or talents do people most often ask me to help them with? What do I feel like is my mission on the earth? If you're not really sure, then guess. What type of legacy do I want to leave behind? What is the one thing that I have to help heal or improve for other people, animals, plants, the planet, or society before I leave the planet? Go ahead, write down your service mission and keep it somewhere special. Technology and the age of Aquarius. As I stated earlier in this article, Aquarius also rules the domain of technology. We currently find ourselves at the beginning stages of a technological revolution, the likes of which we haven't seen since Atlantis. Artificial intelligence is very likely going to infiltrate business and daily life more and more as time marches on during this decade, whether we like it or not. From an astrological standpoint, this AI revolution is being precipitated by the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction in Aquarius that occurred on December 21st, 2020, ushering in 20 years of rapid technological growth. It will be interesting to see how all of the new technology plays out in society over the next decade and beyond. There will be an interesting interplay between technology that restricts us, Saturn, and that empowers us and helps us grow and expand, Jupiter. The new Earth that I see us living on has a healthy integration between technology and nature. The technology enhances human life without disrupting the natural rhythms of nature or the human body. Right now, we are far from that being the case, as most of our technology harms the planet, her ecosystems, and human health. But there's a small but growing counter-movement to create eco-friendly technology, as well as a counter-movement to protect mechanisms against harmful ambient radiation and that caused by our modern communication devices. It will be interesting to see how AI and technology in general plays out in our society over the next decade and beyond. One of the real positive things about the internet and smartphones, for example, is that it allows light workers and starseeds from all around the world to gather in virtual communities to share information and good vibes. These virtual communities remind us that although sometimes we can feel like an island in our family, at work, or in our neighborhood, that there are people like us all over the world. And perhaps you'll even make a new spiritual friend online that does live locally. Of course, so many lightworkers, including myself, have found the internet as the perfect way to express and ground our service work into the Earth grid. When you step more fully into your service work, you will naturally unravel any of the shadow aspects of Aquarius, like martyrdom. From martyrdom to self-love. The dark side of Aquarius is the trap of martyrdom. Can you recall a time in your life when you fell into that trap? Do you know people in your life who are constantly allowing themselves to sink into martyrdom? The real culprit in martyrdom is what lies beneath it and creates it, a low sense of self-worth. When you truly value yourself, you will never find yourself sinking into martyrdom, victimhood, or codependency. When one truly finds their self-worth, they realize deeply that the feeling of worth can never be found in other people. You must realize that your so-called faults, deficiencies, and shortcomings are beautiful and divine. It is easy to pick yourself apart, but it takes discipline, dedication, and courage to lift yourself up. This is a vital part of the ascension game. To learn to step out of self-criticism and looking for fulfillment outside of the self and into self-appreciation and a healthy self-esteem that comes from within. During Leo season, it is the best time ever to unleash the most charismatic and unique aspects of your personality, whether it be with others, on social media, or literally just in the mirror. If you can learn to truly enjoy your company, then you will never be alone, regardless of who comes into or exits your life. If, however, you found yourself in a state of martyrdom or codependency with someone in your life, then cutting cords can be a helpful exercise. Cutting, or better off, removing cords between yourself and another works. Though the caveat is that if there are still emotions like martyrdom, jealousy, resentment, over-attachment, etc. present, then the cords will come right back. It's the emotions and beliefs about another person's role in your life that keep the cords in place. Which people in your life do you intuitively feel you have negative cords with? These people are most often parents, partners, ex-partners, close friends, and business associates. This Aquarian energy is encouraging us to free ourselves from negative cords with others. Please note that cutting negative cords with someone doesn't mean your relationship with that person necessarily ends. Cutting cords tends to improve relationships, though if there's someone that is consistently treating you in a way you don't deserve, then cutting them out of your life may be necessary, as cutting cords may not change much, and if you do cut them out of your life, then it's wise to still cut cords anyways. You can cut cords on your own using meditation. My favorite method is to literally call upon Archangel Michael to come forth and cut and remove each negative cord from each chakra that has one. Usually there will be a cord in each of the lower 5 chakras, but not always. Please note that if you cut cords with another, but don't deal with the feelings that created the cords in the first place, then the cords will come right back. The trick is to identify which resentments you are holding against that person, or if there's guilt, jealousy, over-attachment, fear, or martyrdom present. Freeing yourself from these feelings will free yourself from the cords. The most powerful route to this freedom is through true forgiveness. Creating a world of equality. The dualistic age of Pisces officially gave way to the new golden age of Aquarius on December 21st, 2012. Over the next few decades, we will see all of the systems of control on this planet, which were built to drain vital life energy from the people, shift to supportive, life-giving structures of governance and economics. We will see our planet transform from a toxic, polluted place where the majority of the population are sickly, underfed, or depressed into a clean, healed world where all people live in peace and harmony and have more than enough to not just survive, but to thrive. The fifth dimensional energies of acceptance, non-judgment, compassion, and a service to others send out the frequency of unity, which energetically creates a supportive field for more and more beings to wake up through the 100th monkey syndrome. This is precisely what is happening now. Every time you help someone out of the kindness of your heart, every time you love the earth, and every time you visualize world peace and healing for the planet, you are contributing to the frequency of love that will literally free humanity from hundreds of thousands of years or longer of energetic slavery through the mass awakening of an entire planet of beings. Chances are we still have some tough years ahead as a human race, but we are going to be the ones who will build the new earth through love, unity, innovation, and willpower. So let's focus on teamwork, collaboration, and connection over the next 28 days. Step outside of your comfort zone to connect with others where there might be surface level differences. Pray for and visualize the healing and unity of humanity. Post positive, uplifting, and enlightening things on social media. Make others feel welcome and appreciated. Dish out compliments left and right. Put a smile on others' faces.